Sengol, which is a Tamil word for spectre, was given to the first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in August 1947, will now be installed in the new Parliament building ahead of its May 28th inauguration. The Sengol marks the transfer of power and India's independence with a Nandi atop, which signifies justice and righteousness. Members of the Vumidi family have expressed their elation regarding this development. And obviously, this is a great moment for India. The scepter, as we already know, is a mark of power. It signifies a certain rule over a certain domain and is something which has also come from Western civilizations. The recent, coronation of King Charles also saw him with a scepter in his right hand. Xavier Rodriguez is joining us on the program. He's the editor-in-chief of the Goa Chronicle. Savio, appreciate you taking out the time and joining us. Well, the Sengol, which is a Tamil word for spectre, is now going to be a part of the Indian Parliament. Most of the people, including me and a number of most of the people in India, are rather surprised that this was something, a concept which was never in fact brought out by any of the previous governments. It was Mountbatten who handed this over to the Prime Minister, but this was discreetly placed in a building in Uttar Pradesh and has only come to light now. Savio? Savio, if you're there with us? Okay, there seems to be a problem with Savio's frame. We'll connect with him momentarily. But like I said earlier, this is what signifies a spectre. And Sengol is a direct synonym of that, a translation to the Hindi word. It was given to the first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, in August 1947, the month when India gained its much-awaited independence from the British. It's something which will be a part of the new Parliament building ahead of its May 28th inauguration. Rajalakshmi Joshi is joining us on the program. Rajalakshmi, I hope you can hear me. Well, you know, it's always good to know that a part of our heritage, a part of our legacy is going to be seen in the new Parliament building. What perhaps is a little obfuscating and mysterious at this point in time is how come most of the countrymen and citizens hadn't heard of this particular piece of jewelry for such a long time. It was tucked away.
Good morning, Vineet. Yes, like you said, this is something really strange, but I'm not really shocked. You know why? Because there has been this conscious effort by the Congress to make sure that anything related to Hinduism, anything related to Indian culture is completely kept out. And that is why we were portrayed as this land of snake charmers rather than actually portraying anything that was a part of our rich Indian culture, rich Indian heritage, because they did not want to show anything, showcase anything that was connected with Hinduism. Now, all said and done, Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma, our temples, our dances, our art forms, they're all a part of our Indian culture. And it would have been a matter of great pride to actually showcase them. But then they looked at it as signs of, as a symbol of some religion in it. So that is why they completely wiped it out. And another thing is that, all our education systems, all our, previous, all our achievers, all our philosophers, our scientists, everybody was completely ignored. So as that part of our history, the rich history was completely wiped out. And that is why, we have never heard about this symbol. In fact, just imagine a 5-foot long, that Sengol is actually mentioned as a walking stick, and that too gifted to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. It was not a gift to him, it was a symbol of transfer of power. And just imagine how it was completely distorted. So this was a conscious effort to make sure that the world and we are not aware of the Hindu symbols behind it. It was such a rich, actually such a deep, significant message behind it that it actually meant that this is a symbol to remind the person who is ruling that they are being watched by the people and by the gods, and that they have to do it with a sense of righteousness. That was the entire significance behind it. And just imagine that the Western media had actually covered it. It was on the Times magazine. It was on all the major international media. But then our Indian media and our government chose to completely put it away and make it completely. They have completely washed it out. So this, at least now, it is being given the place of importance, and it is not going to be kept with the prime minister. It is going to find place with the on the podium of the speaker, and yet the Congress and the other opposition, they are objecting to it. So that is something that it is just a part of what they're doing all these days, that they are finding objection with any and everything. But the fact that we did not know about this is a very conscious effort on their part, Beneath.
Savio is with us as well on the program. Savio, it's heartening to see this scepter, but it's also disheartening to learn that this was concealed away for a long time as being part of a legacy which should be cherished rather than hidden.
You see, Vineet, the mere fact that it was concealed for a very long time, and there were political parties all throughout the last couple of decades in India, it is only now that somebody's decided to give it and accord it the kind of importance. So I don't think it's just one political party that ought to be pulled up as far as the Sengol is concerned, because everyone was a part of it at that point of time, would have been aware of such an important transfer of power that happened. But having said that, what is important for us is, let's not go back into the past. We know the past, and we realize that there were certain errors conducted in the past by political leaders for vested interests. And we are seeing the brunt of it in our day today. The most important thing is, what is Sengol all about and what does it represent? It is not unique only to India. You see, the transfer of power, even if you look at ancient civilizations and in other parts of the world, a scepter was always a transfer of power which one ruler gives to another ruler in order for them to rule righteously, as Raja Lakshmi said, and more importantly, to rule with the interest of the people kept in mind. So this was exactly what happened when the scepter was given from Lord Mountbatten to Pandit Nehru at that point of time. But of course, there was no value accorded to it. They didn't think much about the traditions at that time, or the cultural significance, or the spiritual significance of that. But today it is being recognized, and the current Indian government, led by Prime Minister Modi, is bringing back that beautiful sense of cultural importance of the Sengol to the people of India once again. And I think it's a beautiful thing to do. It's a beautiful respect accorded to what was culturally a transfer of power happening in our part of the world. And I think that's a great thing. The reason the Congress has a problem with it is that they don't see power in anybody else's hands as important as compared to having power in their own hands. And everyone supporting the Congress party is basically towing the line of the Congress because they need to find some objective to fight this government on. Sometimes, like I said before, it will be the president, now it's the Sengol, then it will be the Kartavya Pat, the money spent on it, or the money spent on the parliament building. They will come up with frivolous points of view to just show their lack of content in debating against this government. And in doing so, they make a mockery of themselves. You see, people are laughing at them. People are not saying, oh, wow, you are really being constructively opposition, You are actually being very destructive opposition and destroying your own
just
self.
Hold on to that thought. We have a caller. Captain Jaslok Rohtak is giving us a call. Captain Rohtak, go ahead.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Captain Jaspal, go ahead, sir.
Good afternoon. The point is, this family and this lady has nothing, you have no attachment with the country. The picture that they ran from 2004 to 14, its name was Videshi Cheli and Chalis Baba. They looted the way they liked. One of the most respected and well-read gentlemen said, keep me at arms, let's keep looting. Now the ball is in the people's court. Make sure that all those who boycott are never elected. They don't get a chance to see this building. That is what I shall appeal. Rather than appealing them to go, I appeal to the public that these people should never be elected so that they don't get a chance to see this building and enter this building. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, sir. Rajalakshmi, instead of asking them to come, they should in fact be boycotted is what we are learning.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.